Good morning, everybody. This is Richard again from Platinum with another video covering the market news, market sentiment, and today we're going to focus a little bit on Bitcoin price in terms of what's going on out there. We've seen quite a lot of movement in the markets on the positive side, but Bitcoin prices seem to be sliding back. They've fallen below 10,000 at the moment, dollars US, for what seems to be I don't know how many times over the past few weeks or even months it seems to be jostling under and above, under and above, under and above. But my concern in the market at the moment is that every rally that we seem to get seems to get snuffed out at a lower low. So what I'm saying is it goes up, we seem to get some momentum, but then we start to hit a lower low, so a descending triangle almost. We've seen rejections just above, or sorry, just below the 14k, the 13k, and a series of continual almost rebuttals of hitting highs of 12, 11k, and now we're below 10. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, and I'm not meaning to start a video in a negative way, but I want to be very clear what's going on here. And I wanted to draw attention to the fact that there's various similarities between the bear market we saw in 2018, how the market originally early 2018, saw a massive high of 20,000 in terms of BTC value against the dollar, and in late 2017. Early 2018, we just continually saw for the next 12 months the market making lower lows and sliding back without interruption. Now, in the past 60 days or so, from what I can see, looking at more detailed charts, and I know I don't bring up charts generally in my videos because there's so many other YouTubers that do that. I don't think there's the point. But what I'd like to come across is that we had an inexplicable rip up to 13.8. We all know that. We thought we were in the biggest bull market again. We're going to break past 20,000, and then we've had several bounces, but none of them have held. We've held and I've just mentioned 14, 13, 12, 11, and now we're at 10. It just seems like we're descending. And one question that I wanted to leave in everybody's mind about that is whether altcoins will ever shake off this 2-year slumber they're in. And I don't think they're going to until we see Bitcoin become what we all want it to be. One of the articles that I wrote this week were Bitcoin dominance, when is the next alt season? We get into a lot of detail in that article about why dominance plays a huge role, why Bitcoin, whatever happens to Bitcoin happens to the rest of the market, and so on. And I think with this 2-year slumber altcoins are in, everyone says we're due an alt season. Well, nothing is due in the markets. It's what happens. And so I wanted to really get that across, that with all the proliferation of endless new crypto exchanges, custodial solutions, wallet providers, prominent trading exchanges. We've got the new backed program or company which we've spoken about on this channel a lot, and I've blogged about it recently as well. And I think there's so much positivity going on in the space. But when will the industry reflect this? One of my major concerns is that we're seeing quality movement in the markets on the upside, but we're seeing a reduced market cap value. And this is the entire money in the industry. We're talking below 300 billion at the moment. We've seen highs of 800 billion when we're at 20,000 BTC value. And the dominance is so high at the moment, and I know I'm being a bit scatterbrain here, but what I'm trying to say is money doesn't seem to be entering the market. We just seem to be moving money around, and this is why altcoins are suffering. Everything's getting sapped out of altcoins, pushed into Bitcoin, because confidence is low. in the ICO, IEO, STO market, altcoins aren't really showing as much traction as we would like them to see. Some of the projects are absolutely great out there. There's some major projects out there which the technology is advanced, the ideas behind it. They've actually got a usable product. They've got a user base now. So the market has matured so much since 2017, yet the confidence in these altcoins is just getting smashed against the US dollar. Look, I bet today, look, we're looking, when have we seen, for example, Neo, the comparison to Ethereum in Asia at $9.45? These sorts of prices are so low in the market that confidence is at an all-time low, I think, on altcoins, and everyone's just pushing money into Bitcoin because of the recent news and the fundamentals that are going on. But not all is bad. The fact that what you can see in the market at the moment is a massive accumulation phase by big fish, or whales, or whatever you want to call them, crypto mafias, the Tether mafia, all these sorts of big whales out there with thousands and thousands of Bitcoin in their holdings. What are they going to be doing? They don't want the price to go up yet. They want to continually manipulate the market, going up, going down, going up, going down, and buying more, buying more, buying more in that phase until I don't know how greedy they get, but until they're not able to do that anymore due to external factors like institutional money coming in, mass adoption coming in, and so on, where they can't control the market because it gets so big. And another thing that also ties in with this is the hash rate of Bitcoin continues to hit record highs, which means higher prices will soon follow. History has shown us that. Altcoins, I think they're going to continue to jostle. I think they're going to continually go up and down and really, really have to fight for every buck that goes on their market cap value. I think Bitcoin is becoming, how can I put it? Bitcoin is becoming an asset which is marketed on CNBC, Bloomberg, all the major press. If you watch any sort of news outlets, there's a ticker on Bitcoin now. I know that's been there a while, but it's just saying this out loud makes it feel more real that Bitcoin is now becoming not just a quirky thing in your portfolio. I believe it's almost becoming one of those entities that you have to have. And I think anybody who's a savvy investor or a savvy trader will be having a portion of their portfolio in the next year or two allocated to Bitcoin, if not sooner than that. Because the market, the way it's going is, look, if it doesn't go anywhere, you've only got a small market share of your portfolio based in Bitcoin. However, the upside is so huge that do you want to miss out? I know this is me talking a bit of FOMO, but I'm just trying to be clear here. You have investment portfolios, for a reason, to make money and to hedge yourself against all the other different areas of your portfolio. You have Bitcoin, you have gold, you have stocks, you have shares, you have, you might have other property portfolios and so on. But one thing that, you always have is diversification. And if somebody's so confident that Bitcoin or crypto is going nowhere, then fine. But if you've got a single iota that in your mind that thinks, oh, actually, it could happen, why wouldn't you put a portion into it? And with these institutional on-ramps occurring, I think that it's almost going to be, a sales pitch from those at the institutions going, you haven't got any Bitcoin? Let me get hold of some for you and add it in. Anyway, that was just my point on accumulation and where I believe that's going. And I also wanted to say that everybody is in this euphoric mindset that 2017 absolutely amazing. Everybody who was in the space, who got in earlier, made a hell of a lot of money, and the clever money got out. And I think that, are we expecting too much? The 2017 bull run was unprecedented. It never seen anything like that before, and And if you could even say you'll never see anything like it again, but all us in the crypto space, including the major commentators, including any analysts, they're all saying, if they are bullish in any sentiment, that it will just go. When it goes, you want to be on that ride, and that's marvelous to think. But I just want to try to taper expectations at the moment, because there is never before, and people compared it to the what was it called, the poppy tulip run, whatever that was, and how it was just a whole never seen before. The exchanges, I think the amount of excessive exchanges out there, I think they'll die off. But one thing that's true, and one thing that I feel will happen is, as these on-ramps continue to be developed, as ease of access to the industry develops, it can only be a good thing. And I think analysts which are saying Bitcoin at 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, I've seen wild speculations of worth $1 million a coin. If that does happen, great. But let's put it into perspective. There's been 2, maybe 3, including the gold rush, sorry, events like this ever that I am aware of, and that happened in 2017, or similar to the one in 2017. I just want that to be in people's minds, that if you're expecting every coin to 10x, 20x, 30x over a matter of weeks, I'm not sure if it'll happen like that. As the market's matured, you will see pushes up, you'll see maturation and sideways motions, you'll see consolidation, and you'll see the run come up again. And I think that I just wanted to be clear on that factor. So, because as you know, seasoned traders in the crypto space, they are getting used to these wild swings. They're getting used to the volatility. They're getting used to the range. And I think liquidity and mass adoption is the only thing that's going to push us through that to that next level. And the liquidity really comes from options on major exchanges. We're talking Nasdaq. We're talking the biggest exchange on the planet. And I think that if that does get adopted, and if you do see, that level of engagement with the financial community, you're gonna see that adoption come through, and that's where the liquidity would then come from, and the markets won't be dominated by these. How could I put it? By the whales that are holding huge bags of Bitcoin. So you're talking CME, ICE, or Nasdaq that's listed, that list cleared BTC options. This is, that's what we're looking for. And Backed obviously is coming through with an option of future contracts based on fulfilled in Bitcoin. So we're getting in that right direction. But when we start to develop this, that's where the real liquidity, I think, is going to come from. Where you get these big pension companies, massive pension companies. They've got massive amounts of capital. Are they going to be hedging some of their users' money into cryptocurrencies? And they're only going to be doing it through, like I said, ICE, Nasdaq, etc. That's where the money's going to come from. So what's going on in market news? And I know, sorry, I've just rambled on for a good 10 minutes about the industry and Bitcoin, but I think it's important that we bring this information out. So there's some great news, however, coming from a telecom giant. A1 is testing cryptocurrency payments at certain store locations to move and eliminate cash. Now, I do have to say that this is backed in. The transactions are going to be settled in euros, but this is great. Adoption. We're talking. I mentioned it before. Adoption. They want to, settle transactions within Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Stellar, and give the merchants the ability to take cryptocurrencies as a payment. And I think it's really cool. So hopefully that continues, and kudos to those guys. We've got Gemini expanding their outreach into Australia. great. I think, you know, the more accessibility for quality platforms like Gemini, the better. And again, look, expanding to Australia based on an American-based company, all good. Again, we're starting to see expansion of the better companies within the crypto space. This next story I'm seeing is really interesting, and you know how you might think that I'm a firm believer in XRP because I seem to talk about it every week, but they're always in the news with positivity at the moment. And this is why I'm not really understanding the price action of XRP at the moment, because we're not seeing much on the upside. But they're coming up with so much strong fundamentals that I think, you know, it's important to mention. So the United Nations Universal Postal Union, okay, is basically they're going to be able to they're looking to use XRP to create transactions, and they've done a little flow diagram or infographic here where if you want to send money directly to a person in a different country, they're going to be using XRP or a different location, but it's going to be cashed out in the local currency, and it's based on the spot price. So they're obviously, you know, I just think it's really good in terms of quick transfer. They're using it as it's intended. Great, good news coming out from these guys, and again, well done guys over there. What have we got here? Our best friend Facebook, should we say? Now, give all Facebook the credibility of, you know, Facebook. You like them or hate them. I'm not on Facebook myself, so just totally put that out there. But there are, you know, they have brought mass attention to the crypto space. Whether you hate them or you like them, if you're in the crypto space, you've got to give them a bit of credit for bringing cryptos again to the masses, and I really, you know, give them credit for that. What they're doing here, though, however, and I think it's quite sneaky, obviously they own WhatsApp, looking for a digital pay system within WhatsApp. And I'm not going to get into the ins and outs. It's a great article. Get yourself over to Cointelegraph, I'll put the link in the description and go from there. But I just wanted to point out that this Libra thing that hasn't been put to bed, they are looking for ways to offer a payment system or a stable coin within their ecosystem. I think it's great. Last point, guys, please like and subscribe the video. Please jump over to our Platinum Crypto Academy website. Lots of free content, crypto analysis, buy and sell levels, article that I wrote this week, Bitcoin dominance, a couple of videos that I've released, and again, really just some great free content for everybody. And obviously our magazine, a Pioneer product, which we release each week. It's free if you want to sign up. Get it straight to your mailbox with all the updated news so you can read it on the go. Speak to you soon. Have a great week.